There we go. We're going to do a special edition Freakcast tonight and would love for you guys to join in with us. So I'm going to give you a minute. And the way I'm going to give you a minute to join in with us is for you to hear our theme song. This is the theme song we play for every Freakcast that we do. And so here we go. Let me throw it up here. And we'll also have a countdown clock because I love countdown clocks. I'm usually pretty good at this overall, but tonight I'm a little slow. There we go.
There's no air in this room. I'm somewhere, lost my shoes. In this mind, you will see who you're really gonna be. Hollowed out, filled with sin. Keeping watch, I don't pretend. Feelings thrown you to the ground. Pick it up and spin around. Stay true, I don't wanna be in this room. Stay true, I don't wanna be in this room.
All right. Welcome to this special edition of the Freakcast. That was Kids in a Daze. Stay true. It's our theme song we use every week for the Freakcast. And so wanted to jump on here tonight. Whoever joins in, that's fine. I just had some things I wanted to share. So whether you're watching this live or listening to it back later on, either way, wanted to kind of just spend some time real quick to talk to you about some very exciting things that happened today. Just really good things. Today, I believe I added it up, and today was Recovery Day 524. I think that's right. I'm not sure. So basically, what I do is August the 11th of 2022 was my first appointment to begin to battle multiple myeloma cancer. And so my first treatment of 16, I think, was it 15, 16 treatments, 4 months. So we began that journey back then. So today is day 524. And I wanted to kind of share a few things with you about what took place today. And I will load them up there on the ticker. And that way we can kind of talk about them, and would love to just let you know what's going on. I put a post up earlier about it, but I want to go into detail because there's one thing that I didn't talk about, and I will do a post about this as well. And I'm going to get to that in a minute. But the first thing I want to talk to you about is the appointment itself, because there was a study that Dr. Maisel shared with me today that was super encouraging. And it was the first time that Dr. Maisel ever used a certain word. And I had never heard him use this word before, to be honest with you. And that word was this: remission. Um, in the past, he's always used the term stringent, complete stringent response. He was very careful about using the word remission. And so today, he used the word, and I was like, wow. Basically, what he said was that the my numbers are really good, and that we have really, come to a place where with the battle against multiple myeloma, we have put it in a spot where it is, beat down and beat back, which is awesome. But with that said, he told me about a study called the Perseus study. And the Perseus study was a study that they have done overseas. And they, with multiple myeloma, if you follow me at all, then you know. And for you guys that haven't followed me very well, or not, hadn't followed me as much, or maybe you're someone watching for the first time, And maybe you know someone that has multiple myeloma that maybe could benefit from this as well. So the Perseus study basically takes a study where you have 4 medications, and those medications are Velcade, which is um, a shot to the belly, Darzalex or Dara, as it said as well, and it's also now a shot to the belly. Initially, it was an infusion that you had to get first because you're introducing it to your body as a and you have to do it that way. Third one is the Revlimid, which is the pill that you take every day. And then the fourth one is dexamethasone, which is a steroid. So those 4 things. In the other study, they only took 3 of those medications, and those 3 medications were Velcade, dexamethasone, and Revlimid. I think I can't or Darzalex, one of them. I can't remember. But the point being that the result of the study is that they are seeing people that have been on the 4 medications, which is what I was on from the very beginning. So these people have been on the medications just like I have. They're saying that those 4 medications have carried people out at this point now 6 years, and 80% of those that have that are in my um, physical condition as well as age group, kind of so to speak, have stayed in remission or in complete stringent response. So their cancer, their multiple myeloma, their M spike, M protein, monoclonal protein has been 0. So man, that was great news today. And Dr. Maisel was just so upbeat about it. For you guys that don't know who Dr. Maisel is, this is who it is. And Dr. Christopher Maisel. And great news. And I'm getting ahead of myself. I guess I'll combine all this. But he's going to be on our Freakcast, which I'm super excited about. I can't wait. I was talking earlier, and we were discussing about how just the questions to ask him and just the people, the things we want to hear him talk about, because he's very smart man, very detailed. So he's not a fly by the seat of your pants guy. So we're going to make sure that we have some good questions, and I'm going to make him fly by the seat of his pants a little bit, So we gotta be a little spontaneous. So that'll be it'll be great. He is a super guy, y'all, and just being with him over the past year and a half and seeing how God brought me to him and brought us to him from the first day when Donna and I were there. And we had so many unanswered questions that we didn't know anything about. And then now to see where we are, it's absolutely amazing. So I'm super excited about having him on the podcast. And he's just a great guy. I need to make that smaller, don't I? Anyway, we'll work on that. For you guys that are listening, maybe online to this little short deal, it's I have a picture of Dr. Maisel on there, and I have a banner that's far too big. We'll figure that out. So that's Dr. Maisel. That's one thing that I wanted to share with you guys today. Let's see here. Well, it's not coming down. Let's see if we can get that down this way. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The next thing I want to share was just about a cool story that happened today as well. It was why is that not coming down? Let's see if I put this one up. It changes it. It does. There we go. If you're listening, I was trying to get this banner to come down. I'm getting ahead of myself, so I want to stay on track. So I'm looking. So that's the update, the medical update for the day. And then still, and the last thing I will say is that the one thing that is the condition is that continuing on the protocol that we're on. So basically, that we'll continue to do the 4 medications. We're not doing Velcade, but we're doing 3. We're doing Revlimid, we're doing Darzalex, and we're doing the dexamethasone. The Darzalex and the dexamethasone, we're doing that once a month, and the Revlimid I take every day, 10 milligrams. of that. The generic name of that is lenalidomide, and so I take that. I also do an infusion of IVIG, which is the it's antibodies that I get that help me fight infection. So that's good as well. Um, Next, I want to tell you just about our team. This is because today, so when I get there for my I do my labs and they draw my blood, and then I go to the back, I check in, and then this is the lady that I get to see immediately. And she is the tech, and she's awesome. Her name is Anne Cherie, and she is, I mean, comes around the corner, Mr. Carroll, and hugs my neck. And she goes to a church in Dallas where she has shared her testimony, and she's talked to her pastor about becoming to share at their church at some point, which I really am excited about getting to do. And she's just a bright light, just love her to death, and it just helps. I mean, when you have a team like that. And then this is when you get to the hospital, and I'll show you this lady as well. Oh, where'd she go? You know what? I didn't save a picture of her, but the front desk lady is there as well, and she's amazing. And then this is my new nurse, and her name is Pascal, and she's young, but man, she's awesome, and she took Alicia's spot, and she's doing a great job. She reminds me a lot of Megan. She's just a really bright light, and when I say Megan, I'm talking about my daughter. She's just a really bright light, just special, and it's just good to have that kind of team around you. And so um, she's not sure about the freak cast. I'm not sure about that yet. She might. Now, Aunt Cherie is going to be on the freak cast at some point, and I'm looking forward to having her. And also, Molly will be on the freak cast as well, which was my nurse, and so she's coming up here in a few weeks. I thought that I would show you. I didn't get this posted today, and so this is Jason, and he is. Whoa, what do we do here? Let me get back. I have to start over. Let's see if I can start this over. Move the deal. So you guys that are listening, I'm showing the video. I'm not sure I'm going to post this anyway. Let me get back to it. So this is the shot. And I think I've always posted a video about the shot, but I've never really talked about the shot. So that's Jason. Let's go back. And I love Jason. He is awesome. He and his wife are having their third son coming up. And so she's pregnant, and their son is due April at some point. But this is the shot. So that shot right there, you see that the liquid, it's not a whole lot, but it's so thick. And so it goes in your belly right there, and then he is able to push it pretty quickly. And he's that's my face. It does hurt. It's not like it's pleasant. It burns pretty good, and it takes a little bit to get in there, but he gets it done pretty fast. So I thought I'd show y'all the shot. That's it. And then to wrap this up, I got the coolest story. Several cool stories, but this is the one that I want to share. So today I was in the infusion room, and as I was in the infusion room, it does hurt, Heather. I'll be honest, it does hurt. It burns. So I was in the infusion room, and I was toward the end of the day, and I had to I have to take Benadryl and Tylenol, so I have to wait an hour, and I had to take my dexamethasone, which is the steroid, which I'm on right now, so I'll probably be up a lot through the night. And then I take the IVIG, which takes about 3 hours because they have to titrate it. Titrate it means they bump it up a level every so often. And so and they get to a point where it moves faster, but they have to let it kind of come in slowly. So I'm toward the end of the day, and as I'm there, this gentleman walks in. I'm kind of getting ready to go, and Jason's taking my IV out and unplugging me and all that stuff and putting bandages on and everything. And so we're kind of, just closing out my appointment. And this guy comes in, and he bebops in, and man, he just had such a great attitude. And he has been diagnosed with colorectal cancer, and his name is Ryan. I actually sent him the podcast that Sydney and I did together on the Freakcast, well, because she has colorectal cancer, and I'm going to message her as well and let her know that um, that I shared her story with him. So we started talking and just kind of bouncing things back and forth, and just such a great attitude. He was telling me a story. And then he said, the first thing that really stuck out to me was your freak shirt right here. And I said, really, why is that? And he said, I'm supposed to be pointed this way. So I'm not supposed to be showing the boxes. There we go. So anyway, we started talking, and I said, really, why is that? Well, let me show you this picture. This is so cool, y'all. So he has this shirt. And for you guys that are listening, if I post this, it's a shirt. So the center for the Milwaukee Bucks is from Greece, and they call him the Greek Freak. Well, this is Ryan, and Ryan has this shirt, and he wears the sweatshirt, this shirt, to all of his treatments. And so obviously, we just struck up a unique conversation, and we began to talk about, why I wore my freak shirt, and started talking about, just everything that's going on. And so at the end of the conversation, I was telling him about the freak cast, and and I said, man, I'd love to have you on that. And he's game. So next week, Ryan is going to be one of our guests for the Freakcast, and so I can't wait to have him on here. And great guy, y'all. You're gonna love his story, and just love everything about who he is, and what he's about. You're gonna just be challenged and encouraged by his story as well. And to close this out, that's kind of what I wanted to update you with. It was just such a, getting the news that we got about just the study, and how, just how the whole process is going, and how we're being successful is just an answer to prayer, and obviously, and just thankful. It is, it's like Dr. Maisel said, this is working, so we're not going to stop and give the cancer a chance to come back, but we're going to try to keep it at bay as long as we can. And so, the studies are showing that it's 6 years. And so I'm hoping I put it in a post earlier. I plan on blowing past that and moving, way past 6 years. That's the goal. But one thing that Ryan and I both talked about was how life changes, and how, life is precious and a gift, and can easily just change on a, in a moment. And so he was telling me some stories about, just having a snow day yesterday with his 17-year-old son, and just talking about how you just live life. You don't get those moments back, and you don't get the opportunity to spend time with your kids, and spend time with your wife and your family, and you don't get time to do this. And I've said this a couple of times, and right now, looking at the views and stuff like that, you see these things pop up, and there's, in my, by some standards, you would say, well, there's not many people watching this. But for me, it's not about that. It's about the fact that I got on here tonight and felt like this is what I was supposed to do, and I did it. And if you watch, you watch. But at the end of the day, the people that need to see this, and the people that need to hear something, and the people that want to hear something, they're going to jump on and hear it. Our attention spans are pretty short. Mine is. It's easy. It's funny because I'll put a video up, and you can get the analytics on it and the insights, and you can see people watch 5 seconds or watch just a few seconds because they're on to the next thing. And so we're hoping that we can build momentum. The Freakcast is about giving people a forum, an opportunity to share their story, and then they can take that forum and take that story, and then they can share it with people around them. Not to promote what the Freakcast is, but to promote them. It's just a vehicle, and the vehicle is meant to make a difference in people's lives, and that's the goal, and that's the dream. And so we're going to keep pressing in, and I'm going to keep putting these things out into the atmosphere. You can help me if you want. The way that you can help me is like the post that I put up, share the post that I put up, share the Freakcast with other people. If you hear people that have colorectal cancer, or have the peripheral T cell lymphoma, and I'm probably not saying that right, Lacey, if you're watching, but that Lacey has, you may know someone that has childhood cancer that they're battling, like Chad and Jay were. You may know someone that was battling colorectal cancer like Sydney was. You may know someone that has a brain tumor like Albert had. You may, just on down the line. I don't know if I'm leaving somebody out or not, but the way that you do that is to, go to our YouTube channel, to my YouTube channel, and just join it, subscribe to it, share these posts. Everything is fight like a freak. So on YouTube, if you search "fight like a freak," and I'll put it in the comment sections, but that's what you're gonna find. It's on my YouTube channel. If you go to Spotify or iTunes, just put in the Freakcast, and it's gonna pop up, and then you can share that. And so people that are driving to work or driving on a long trip or whatever, they can listen to these different things, and that is the goal. And in that and everything that we do, it's going to be about spreading hope. And this, ultimately is, the heart of what we're about. And this is the verse that I've had from the very beginning, 524 days ago. It's Revelation 12:11, and I put the whole verse for you guys that want to know, but it says, "And they have defeated him by the blood of the Lamb and by their testimony." Your story matters. Our stories matter. Every story matters, because your story is about redemption. Your story is about faith. Your story is about grace. Your story is about love. Your story should be about forgiveness. Your story is about healing, about restoration, about renewal. It's all about that. And life is about that. And if it's not about that in your life, then I believe there's something missing. And it needs to be something that changes us, because I've said this a lot. I'm thankful for who I was becoming before I was diagnosed with cancer, because it was foundational for who I would become once I was diagnosed with cancer. There are things that I say all the time, and one day I'll be very personal with you guys, and we'll go through the depth of some of the things that I feel like I need to share, just at my struggles, and I've tried to be transparent. Donna has too, about those struggles, but those things are important, and we need to talk about them. Nobody's perfect. One of the things that I have struggled with for so long to even get on here and do this is to know that someone might be watching this that judges me, or that has a reason to judge me, or maybe has a reason to be disappointed. I can't control that anymore, and I'm not going to, because I know we all make mistakes, and I've made mistakes, and to my ability, restoration of those things in anything has been preeminent and will be preeminent. But at the end of the day, just in December, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go for it. And that's what I'm doing. And I plan to do at least 100 of these this year. That's the goal. Very attainable. We've already done 7 in a matter of a month or so. And so I feel like over the course of 12 months that we can squeeze in enough, and we have people. And if you know people that you want to recommend, I would love for you to share that with us, and share, message me, DM me. Don't put it in the comments if you don't mind, but just DM me or message me. That would be awesome. And so that's the verse. And I love the way the verse ends. "And they did not love their lives so much that they were afraid to die." You come to a place, and as I say this, say it hesitantly, but you have to look in the mirror and go, okay, what do I believe, and why do I believe it? And what if I die? And what happens? For me, I do not believe there's nothing on the other side of this life. I believe there's everything on the other side of this life. I believe it all makes sense. I believe everything comes together. I believe everything is exactly as it was meant to be from the very beginning. And I believe that God does that. And I believe that He did that because Jesus made a way for it to happen. I believe our lives should be emulated after Jesus. I think He lived His life perfectly, and I think He lived His life in a way that we miss so often. It was not about being within the walls of a building, nor was it about catering to a group of people that believe that they control an entity. It was about the exact opposite. It was about going to the people outside the walls of a building and loving them, so much so that He was accused of being a drunk and a sinner, because that's who He hung out with. And that wedding that He did was a big deal, because at that wedding He was showing us, look, I'm about family, I'm about love, I'm about celebration, and I'm about community. Community is important. Having people that you get together with, that you can trust, that you can spend time with, that you can be honest with, phone calls that you can have, whether it's family, hopefully, but also friendships and mentors and people that you can have in your life. That makes a big difference. So that's what we're about. And so I left this picture up there of Ryan because it's like such a moment of just, I don't know, just divine moment. And the conversation was amazing. And I can't wait for you to meet him. Guests coming up on the Freakcast, we've got a bunch. Sarah and Cole from Little Rock. Cole battled osteosarcoma and he's in remission and super excited about that. Let's see, I've got my list up here. Oh, I just nailed down one of the coaches from Forney, Texas. Great friend of ours, great friend of our family. He and his family went through uh, what a journey, and let him tell the story. But we're gonna have him on here as well. Who else have I got up there? Rocky and Brian, Pam Nelson is going to be on here. Tracy Johnson, who I've talked about a lot. I talked to Tracy Murtha, who her husband Greg wrote the book Out of the Blue, and her son has gone through an incredible struggle. Just incredibly strong lady. Some point Donna is going to be on here very soon. Family members, and so it's going to be a fun year. Just getting to do these, and again, I'm looking at my little aisle here. It says the 4 people are watching. I do not care. I care, but it's not about that. It's about the fact that hopefully you'll share these things and we can make a difference and make an impact in people's lives. We get so focused on that. So never despise small beginnings. That's what I heard a preacher say years ago. Never despise small beginnings because it's in the small beginnings that you foundationally build toward what's in the future. So do me a favor, follow me. I've got 2 different Facebook accounts right now, and they're both creator accounts, and I'm not sure how I did it, and I'm not sure exactly what to do with it, honestly. But if you follow both of them, like and share and comment, that helps us get out there. So hopefully content can get to more people and the algorithms. On Instagram, it's at Stephen Carroll 77. On TikTok, at Stephen Carroll 77. On X, at Stephen Carroll 77. So follow those. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Be huge for us. All makes a difference. And I think that's it. And God's making a way for us, and we're believing this is our purpose, and we believe this was the purpose that God called us to in 2010, and can't wait to see it lived out and fulfilled. So that's it for the night. I went a little longer than 20 minutes, but probably would have, and whatever. If you made it to the end, if you make it to the end, do me a favor. Just leave a comment. Hey, I made it. Or just leave a comment about maybe something that stuck out to you. That will make a huge difference to me. And I would love to see those comments and share this with other people because that's how we get the word out. And you can always know and believe and understand, no matter what you hear on here and no matter what conversations, the directions they go, they may not be things that you like necessarily. They may not be things that you necessarily agree. You may not agree with some of the language that's used, and that's okay. But just know that the heart of all of this is this exactly what I said earlier. I believe there's way more, and I always have, and I believe that the Lord put a purpose in my life and my wife's life and my family's life years ago, and that purpose was a direction and a directive to share who He is and what He's about, and to emulate the life of Jesus the best I can, and to be light. And today, from Ubering to the content and the conversations and my appointments and my infusion, it was just a great day. And so I wanted to share it with you. If you got here to the end, thank you for getting here with me. And I love you guys. Thanks for praying for me. Thanks for supporting us. We take your support. What are we going to do with it? We're going to do this. Just to free us up to be able to move forward. And believe me, I'm doing everything we can to do that as well. So I think that's it, y'all. Love you guys. I'll take you out. Now listen, this song, you know what? I haven't really talked about it completely yet, but when Dawson wrote this song, and I talk to him about it all the time, he always kind of minimizes it. But first time I ever heard this song, "Stay True," was just, I don't know, it's just such a powerful song. And man, I absolutely loved it from the very first time that I heard it. And so he wrote it when he was in a garage apartment and just pursuing his purpose. And in our family, we were going through a lot. And Dawson was just just making his way, putting one foot in front of the other. Um, there was a lot of times that I didn't feel like I was as present as I needed to be with him during that season, just being there. But nonetheless, this song was birthed out of that moment, and so it is a great song. And you can't find it anywhere yet, but you can hear it here every time, and that's why I play it. So I'm gonna play it as we close. And love you guys. Thanks for loving us. Thanks for being a part of what we do. And thanks for joining in. Again, leave a comment. If you get to the end, we're what, 30 minutes into this thing? If you make it, leave a comment and say, hey, just whatever. Maybe something that stuck out to you. Just say I made it. I don't care. Whatever you want to do is fine with me. Love you guys.
In this mind, you will see.